Hi again, everyone. I'm Bruce Beck, along with the coach. Welcome to Our Football with Chris Ash, the season finale edition. Coach, another tough game against Michigan State, another game that was there for the taking. How do you look at it?
Well, I look at it, I take the positives from it, is how I always look at it. It was a hard-fought game. It's challenging, it's frustrating, it's disappointing, but our players laid it on the line. And in the situation that we were in this season, at the end of the season, to go play like we did says a lot about the character of our locker room. We were just really close, some missed opportunities. It was a battle of field position that we ended up losing at the end of the game.
Now Ricino going for the end zone. What a pass, what a catch! Touchdown, Rutgers.
Gio Ricino got the start, his first start of the year, and once again he stepped up in a big way in terms of his leadership and in terms of the way he executed the offense.
He did a great job. Did a great job all week in his preparation. He did a great job on Saturday. There are plays that he'd like to take back, or plays that he thought he could have made that were there for us, and we didn't make them. But just his poise, his leadership, his fight and determination to try to lead the offense was outstanding.
Defensively, 11 passes broken up. That was a season high. You gave up a little over 300 yards, but they had 82 plays, Coach.
Yeah, they had a lot of plays. Some of it was our own doing. We missed some opportunities on third down, but I thought our defense played outstanding. We made some critical stops at the end of the first half when they got the ball back deep in our territory, and we came up and made a big stop. They got no points. So we did a lot of great things in that game. We're playing defense at the end of the season like I wanted us to play the whole season. Unfortunately, that's not the way it worked out, but I'm really proud of our guys and the effort that they have put in.
He lost his footing, and this is Lewerke, normally the quarterback, and he's going to throw an interception. Trevor Morris picks it, and Trevor Morris returns it out around the 35-yard line, and Chris Ash is fired up.
And Trevor Morris, no doubt, was one of the leaders once again with 8 tackles, an interception, 2 passes broken up. What about his consistency?
You know, he's playing his best football, and that's what you want out of your seniors, to play their best football their senior year, especially late in the season. And Trevor was doing that. It gets back to his just preparation, taking care of his body, and just his love for his teammates, because not everybody does that, and Trevor's been doing that.
What about the 8 players that started every game this year? Guys including Saquon Hampton and Damon Hayes and Trevor Morris and Kamal Seymour. What does that say about getting through a season these days and starting every football game?
Yeah, it's hard. In the Big Ten, it's a rugged league, it's a physical league, and when you can do that, it means you're really taking care of your body. You've trained the right way in the offseason to get to the season, but then you've taken care of your body throughout the season to be able to do that. The challenge is how do we get more players to be able to do that, to be able to play every game the whole season.
We look at the last 4 games of the year, and everyone said, oh man, this is going to be really difficult. And yet, if I look at the last 5 games, you were in 3 and had a chance to win 3 of those 5. How about that, Coach?
We started the season off rough, and I get it, knowing it. And then you look at the end of the season when we're playing much better competition in terms of what the perception of the programs are. Everyone thought it was going to be really difficult and challenging, and it was, but we were playing our best football, and the games were a lot more competitive. There were opportunities to win games. There were missed opportunities from our standpoint to win some games, but I'm really encouraged by what we saw from our football team in the last 5 games. If we can build on that, there are going to be a lot of good Saturdays in the future.
And on 4th down, Sitkowski throws Blackshear with the catch, and it's a touchdown. 8th catch of the day for Raheem Blackshear.
Make some notes on Raheem Blackshear, because he ended up leading you in carries, catches, and yards in both categories. The first guy since Albert Smith in 1985 to do that, and he's back. That's the most important thing.
We have a lot of young players back, and that's really important on both sides of the ball. But Raheem is the leader of those guys coming back. He's a dynamic player. He can do a lot of things. Our job is to get more guys involved that can do things like he can and take the load off him a little bit. But he's a dynamic player, and we need to build everything around him.
And Isaiah Pacheco is another guy who had 2 100-yard rushing games. Did you think he was going to be this good?
You know, I thought he had a chance to be, didn't know it would be this soon. He's really worked to learn the offense and really plays hard. I really felt deep inside he was going to be an outstanding football player because he loves the game and he plays it so hard. But I'm really pleased that he really came on here this season so quickly, and we can build on that performance for the future. Right down the numbers there, right down the numbers.
Good, run it. You got clock, run it.
There you go. Hey, that's why we recruited you.
Can we give a shout out to Adam Korsak, because when you look at his punting in this ball game in particular, 6 inside the 20, all year long he was consistent, and he gave a 63-yard boot in this game. I mean, this guy's a weapon.
He's phenomenal, and I again, kind of like Isaiah, I knew he was going to be very good. I just didn't know it was going to be this soon. I know there were a lot of conversations early in the season that he looked a little off, looked different, but he was just trying to figure out what it was like playing in a game. He had never played in a real football game like that, and once he got comfortable and got going, you could see the potential that he has, and to have him for 3 more seasons is outstanding.
What did it tell you about your guys going on the road and being right there, able to come up with a W?
Well, I think what it shows people on the outside is the character that we have on the inside. Because again, I've said this week after week after week, I love this locker room, I love this team, there's a strong brotherhood, and that allowed us to improve late in the season. It allowed us to go to Michigan State against a very good team and have a chance to win that game because of the locker room.
Coach, we've got a lot more ahead on this show, including a chat with Tariq Cole, who has been a staple on that offensive line. More Our Football with Chris Ash just ahead.